Thank you.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे। अनंत कोटि वैष्णवृंद की जय। नामचर्य हरिदास ठाकुर जी की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call for today's mid-morning session. Thank you all so much for joining. This is Shivani from Ashburn, Virginia. Dear devotees, let us move to the next part of the session. Today's class will be given by Her Grace Cinmayi Vrajpriya Mataji on Sri Caitanya Bhagavata-Antya Khanda on verses 9.253 to verse 267. May I know who have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, I'm so Mr. Shiva Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Devi, Dasi. Thank you for your services, Mataji. Thank you, Shrimati Mataji, for the very nice recitation.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Kirti Sundari Mataji, thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you all.
I will finish it, JD. Okay.
All glories to all of your services and wonderful classes. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yeshwamati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for your beautiful association every single day, and thank you for the very beautiful Bhagavad Gita recitation today. All glories to your services, dear Mataji. Welcome to the call. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Hare Krishna.
To your services, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharika from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to your services, Mataji. Thank you for your sweet association every single day and all the services that you do. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Uma from Portland.
Hare Krishna, Uma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for joining and giving a beautiful association every single day. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I would like to start by sharing a quote by Srila Prabhupada ji. Every disciple should always remain busy in some work for Krishna. We shall not allow to remain vacant our mind, and if the mind is always filled up with Krishna consciousness activities, there is no chance of Maya to sit on the mind and force us to act under her spell. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna devotees, today we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Cinmayi Vrajpriya Mataji to enlighten us on the topic of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antakanda, verses 9.253 to verse 267. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, Cinmayi Vrajpriya Mataji. Thank you for giving us your valuable time and your sweet association this morning. Very happy to have you on the call and waiting eagerly to hear from you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. I now hand over a call to you. Please take over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you for your warm welcome. And my respects to and thanks to Kirtidasundari Mataji and Preeti Vilasni Mataji for giving me this opportunity. And thank you so much, Mataji. I'm not qualified, but still you give me a chance. So very grateful to you. To purify myself, I take this. And Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. My humble obeisances at the lotus feet of all the Vaishnavas assembled here. Please bless me that whatever I speak will be totally in accord with Srila Prabhupada's words, Srila Guru Maharaj's words, and no words will rise from my mental concoction. So, we'll start with Mangalacharan prayers. ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानन्दा श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्दा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। हरिः ओं तत्सत्। Hare Krishna everybody. So we are in this beautiful 9th chapter of Antya Khanda. Glories of Sri Advaita Prabhu. So we saw so many pastimes in this chapter. Began with Advaita Acharya cooking for Mahaprabhu, and he had a desire that Mahaprabhu should come alone and have food in his house, because they were cooking with so much love, and Advaita Acharya knew that if Mahaprabhu comes with other sannyasis, then he will not eat properly. He will not eat to Advaita Acharya's heart's content. So, and Indradeva, we saw how Indradeva helped Advaita Acharya Prabhu by creating huge thunderstorms. And the other sannyasis lost their way, whereas Mahaprabhu walked alone and came to Advaita Acharya's house. And Advaita Acharya blesses Indradeva for this. Then we saw the pastime with Keshav Bharati, where Mahaprabhu establishes bhakti is so much more potent than Jnana, and Bhakti is independent, totally independent of Jnana. And then we saw how Advaitacharya Prabhu wanted everybody to sing the glories of Chaitanya Deva. So instead of Harinam Sankirtan, he induces all the devotees to chant Chaitanya's names. And Mahaprabhu does not like it. And then he calls Srivas Pandit and says, why do you are all elevated personalities? If somebody wants to remain hidden, why are you trying to disclose it? Then Srivas Pandit tries to close the sun with his hand like this, with his two hands. And Mahaprabhu very innocently asks him, why, what are you doing this hand gesture for? What does it mean? And Srivas Thakur says, can I block the sun with these two hands? And then so many devotees from different parts of the world come, and they all join there and they glorify Chaitanya Deva. So this way, Mahaprabhu is enjoying his pastimes with his devotees. At that time, two great personalities calling themselves the fallen souls, they come and they put straw in their mouth and they fall down flat, seeing Mahaprabhu far away. These two personalities are our Goswamis, the preceptors through whom Mahaprabhu has revealed his teachings to us. Mahaprabhu personally gave us Shikshashtakam, and then the rest of the teachings he imparted through these Goswamis, of whom Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami are prominent. They're the leaders. So these two brothers, they come and they fall at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. And yesterday we saw how beautifully they glorify Mahaprabhu. They sing prayers for Mahaprabhu. So I was thinking there's a similar episode. I won't say similar pastime because that pastime happens earlier. Here the brothers, we learn from today's verses that they have already there in Mathura, Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, but a pastime quite similar to what we learned yesterday. So let me, this is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 1. So here Mahaprabhu's attempt to go to Vrindavan is being talked about, and Mahaprabhu comes to Ramakeli, and there the Muslim king, he hears the glories of Mahaprabhu, and in private he inquires from his minister Dabira Khasa, who is none other than Srila Rupa Goswami, and he asks, who is this person who is drawing such huge crowds and who is doing something very different? Then Srila Rupa Goswami confirms. Srila Rupa Goswami says, the Supreme God who gave you this kingdom, whom you accept as prophet, has taken birth in our country due to our good fortune. And then he says, use your own mind and you will learn, because you are the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are the king, use your own mind and you will understand everything. And then the king understands. So Rupa Goswami assures the king that his way of knowing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through the mind as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best, and the king understands it. So after having this conversation, Srila Rupa Goswami goes back to his residence and confers with his brother, and the two brothers, Dabira Khasa and Sakaram Mallika, they decide to meet Mahaprabhu incognito. So, but first they meet Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. So then Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur take these two brothers, these two great personalities, to Mahaprabhu. And in great humility, both brothers, they take bunches of straw between their teeth and they bind a cloth around their neck and they fall down like rods before the Lord. And they are overwhelmed with joy. And out of humility, they begin to cry, seeing Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu asks them to get up and he assures them of all good fortune. Then the brothers get up and they again keep straw in their mouth and they humbly offer prayers with folded hands. So these prayers are so beautiful. They say, all glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the most merciful savior of the fallen souls. All glories to the Supreme Personality. They say we belong to the lowest class of men, and our associates and employment are also of lowest type. Therefore, we cannot introduce ourselves to you, and we are very much ashamed even standing here before you. And then this beautiful verse, when Mataji taught this in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. मत्तुल्य नास्ति पापात्मा नापराधी च कश्चन परिहारेऽपि लज्जा मे किं ब्रूवे पुरुषोत्तमा. They say, dear Lord, let us inform you that no one is more sinful than us, nor is there any offender like us. Even if we wanted to mention our sinful activities, we would become ashamed. And in the word to word, Prabhupada says, Parihare is in begging pardon. Even if we want to beg pardon, we are ashamed. This is the humility which our Goswamis, which our Acharyas are showing. And then what to speak of giving them up? This is the beautiful prayer they recite. And then they say, dear Lord, you have incarnated to deliver the fallen souls. And you should know that nobody is more fallen than us. We see this mood again and again. Even Narottam Das Thakur sings this way. So they say you have delivered the two brothers Jagai and Madhai, but to deliver them, you didn't exert yourself very much. Why? Because Jagai and Madhai, they belong to the Brahmana caste, they say. Their residence was in Navadvip. They never served low class people, and they were not instruments to abominable activities. And Jagai Madhai, Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami say they had only one fault. They were addicted to sinful activity. And even with Namabhas, tons and tons of sinful activity will just be burnt to ashes. So what was your great achievement in delivering Jagai and Madhai, they are saying. Your holy name delivered them. But we too are millions and millions of times inferior to Jagai and Madhai. We are more degraded, fallen, and sinful than they. Then they say we are servants of meat eaters. So we also belong to the caste of meat eaters, and our activities are like those of meat eaters. And because we always associate with such people, we have become inimical to Brahminical culture and cows. This is out of their humility. They are saying, the acharyas, they are teaching us what actually humility is. I, for one, don't even know what humility is. So, reading these verses, we can understand what actually humility is. And then, very humbly, the two brothers, they submitted that due to their abominable activities, they are now bound by neck and hands and had been thrown into a ditch filled with abominable stool-like objects for material sense enjoyment. No one within the three worlds is sufficiently powerful to deliver us, and you are our only savior. And then this is so nice. They say, if you simply deliver us by your transcendental strength, then you will be known as Patita Pavan, the savior of the fallen souls. And they say, we are most fallen, and your mercy is most successful. Let the power of your mercy be exhibited throughout the entire universe. And then they say, we are unfit candidates for your mercy, but since we have heard of your transcendental qualities, we are very much attracted to you. and they compare the situation to a dwarf reaching to a moon. How is it possible for a dwarf with very little hands to reach the moon? But we are doing that. We are having a desire to awaken your mercy. So please shower your mercy on us. So this way they recite their prayer to Mahaprabhu. And then Mahaprabhu says, your humility, please abandon your humility, for my heart is breaking to see you so humble. And then Mahaprabhu gives this beautiful instruction. He says, if a woman is attached to a man other than her husband, she will appear very busy in carrying out her household affairs. But in her heart, she will be relishing the association with her paramour. So, with this instruction, Mahaprabhu says how they have to conduct their duties. And then Mahaprabhu says, I have come all the way to Ramakeli just to meet you both. No one knows my intentions, but I have come to just see you because birth after birth you have been my eternal servants. And then the Lord places his two hands on the heads of Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, who in turn take the Lord's lotus feet and place it on their heads. And after this, the Lord embraces them and he requests all the devotees present there to be merciful on them. So, this is so much in relation to what we are going to read today. So, let's go ahead and start with our verses for today. Hope I have made it full screen for all of you.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you. I have gone way further. Yes. So let's start with 253 for today. कृपा दृष्टि प्रभु दुई भाई रे चाहिया बलिते लगिला अति सदय हैया. The Lord then mercifully glanced at the two brothers and began to speak with compassion. प्रभु बले भाग्यवंता तुमी दुई जाना बाहिर हैला चिंधी samsara bandhana. The Lord said, both of you are fortunate, for you have cut through the bonds of material life and left home. विषय बंधने बद्ध सकल संसारा से बंधन हैते तुमी दुई भाइल पारा. The whole world is bound by the knots of material enjoyment, yet you have freed yourselves from that bondage. Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita uses a beautiful phrase, karshati. And Prabhupada says this karshati means hard struggle, grappling hard, Prabhupada says. So the whole world is actually struggling very hard with these knots of material enjoyment. It is so strong, these knots. We're actually conditioned so badly, and it is as though we are bound by shackles of iron chain. That's what Prabhupada says, our conditioning. And what are these shackles? It is just this material enjoyment, desire. Because of desires, we do actions, and because of actions, there are reactions. And this is the eternal bondage which we are going through. And these are such tight knots, Hridaya Granthi, they are tight knots in our heart. And it is so difficult to remove them. And Srila Prabhupada says, and Lord Krishna also instructs in that chapter, these knots can be destroyed only by the acts of detachment. And this acts of detachment should be sharpened with determination and knowledge. So, Mahaprabhu is saying the whole world is bound by these knots of material enjoyment, but here you are. You both have freed yourselves from that bondage. You have cut through those bonds of material life and you have left home. And then Mahaprabhu says, प्रेम भक्ति वांछा यदि करह खाने तबे धरी पड़ा एई अद्वैत चरणे. Now if you have desired for pure love of God, then grab hold of the lotus feet of Advaita Prabhu. तबे धरी pada ei Advaita Charane. Just fall at the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya. So, getting above this material conception is one, that is Jivan Mukta, liberation, whatever. And then the Prema Bhakti process starts, and the Supreme Lord has come just to give this Prema Bhakti to us. And he is saying, if you desire Prema Bhakti, grab hold of the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya. भक्तिरा भंडारी श्री अद्वैत महाशया अद्वैतेरा कृपया से कृष्ण भक्ति हया. Sri Advaitacharya is in charge of the storehouse of devotional service. Devotional service is achieved by his mercy. So we all know how the chain goes. We first have to fall at the lotus feet of Advaitacharya. Then Nityananda Prabhu's mercy will come. Then Mahaprabhu's mercy will come. Because Advaita Acharya is in charge of the storehouse of devotional service. शुनीन प्रभुर आज्ञा दुई महाजाने दंडवत पड़ी लेना अद्वैत चरणे. Hearing the Lord's instruction, those two great souls fell flat at the lotus feet of Advaita Prabhu. जय जय श्री अद्वैत पतित पावना मोई दुई पति तेरा करह मोचाना. All glories to Sri Advaita, the deliverer of the fallen souls. We are most fallen, so please deliver us. So this is the prayer which the two brothers Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami are offering to Advaita Acharya. Now, now something very magical is happening. The Lord, the Supreme Lord, who is the goal of all the lives, goal of this, all the jivas. The destination is the Supreme Lord. And how to get the Supreme Lord? Through devotional service and then finally through Prema Bhakti. So that Lord, for somebody to award Prema Bhakti for himself, he is making recommendation to Advaita Gosai. That Supreme Lord is saying, Prabhu bale shuna shuna Acharya Gosai Kali yuge emane virakta jhatanai. The Lord then said, please listen, Advaita Gosai. There are no persons in Kali Yuga as renounced as these two. So now the Supreme Lord is telling Advaita Acharya, there is nobody as renounced as Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami. We know how wealthy they were. They had so much of wealth in them, so much of wealth in them. So the pastime which we just read from Chaitanya Charitamrita, that's when after meeting Mahaprabhu, Srila Rupa Goswami, he decides that very soon he will be giving up the service of this Nawab Shah, and he will renounce everything and go to the shelter of Mahaprabhu. So at that time, Srila Rupa Goswami had to load all his wealth and take it. So he had to use a big boat to load his wealth, and his wealth were all in the form of gold and silver coins. And he got this wealth, and Srila Rupa Goswami distributed 50% of that wealth completely to Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. So that renounced they were. And Srila Rupa Goswami also put 10,000 gold coins as an emergency. He kept it as an emergency fund. And Srila Rupa Goswami left to meet Mahaprabhu along with his brother Anupama. And Sanatana Goswami takes some more time to renounce everything. But he gives up on the duties of Nawab Hussain Shah and starts all the time studying Srimad Bhagavatam at home. At that time, the Nawab Hussain Shah comes. I think it's Nawab Hussain Shah. It says king in Chaitanya Charitamrita at this point. I'm not sure. So he comes and he gets very suspicious, and then he finds out what Sanatan Goswami is doing. So in turn, he imprisons Sanatan Goswami because he's scared he will also leave the service and go, and then he will lose a very, very, very intellectual, very the person who was taking care of the entire empire was Sanatan Goswami. So the king is very scared. But then in the prison, Sanatan Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami understands. Srila Rupa Goswami sends a message that there is some emergency fund stored which he can use and free himself. And Sanatan Goswami uses those 5,000 gold coins. He gives it to the jailkeeper and then comes out, and then he starts traveling through the forests. And we know the story how a hotel keeper also wants to uh, uh, take cheat Sanatan Goswami, because without Sanatan Goswami's knowledge, his servant Ishana will be holding some 8 gold coins or something. And but then Sanatan Goswami gives all those coins also to the hotel keeper, and he moves further. And then the Ishana holds on to 1 gold coin. And Sanatan Goswami says, Sanatan Goswami is so renounced. He says, you are holding on to this 1 gold coin, so take that gold coin and go back. I don't want anything. And he comes all the way to Banaras to meet Mahaprabhu. And his brother-in-law forces him to just take one expensive blanket, which he holds on to, and which also he, as soon as he meets Mahaprabhu doesn't talk anything about the blanket, but Sanatan Goswami understands that Mahaprabhu doesn't even want that blanket on him, and he goes and trades it for a torn quilt from a beggar. So that is the level of renouncing which these two Goswamis have, and that's why they are Goswamis. So that is the recommendation which Mahaprabhu is doing here. Rajya Sukha Chadhi Kanta Karangalaiya Mathuraya Takena Krishnera Namalaiya. They have left all royal pleasures and they have accepted only loin cloths and torn quilts. They reside in Mathura and always chant Krishna's name. So this is the beautiful recommendation which Mahaprabhu is giving. Sri Srinivas Acharya also glorifies the Goswamis in his Shad Goswami Ashtakam. Tyaktva turnamasheshamandalapati Shrenim sadha tuchhavat Bhutva dinagane sakau karunaya Kaupina kanthashritau गोपी भावरसामृताब्धिलहरी कल्लोलमग्नौ मुहुः वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुजुगो श्रीजीवगोपालकौ. So the translation goes, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami, Srila Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Srila Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who kicked off all association of aristocracy as insignificant. In order to deliver the poor conditioned souls, they accepted loin cloths, treating themselves as mendicants. But they are always merged in the ecstatic ocean of Gopi's love for Krishna, and both always and repeatedly and bathe always and repeatedly in the waves of that ocean. So this is how the Goswamis are glorified. And this is the recommendation which Mahaprabhu is giving. Then Mahaprabhu says, Amaya ya Krishna bhakti deha ye dohare janma janma arayena Krishna na pasare. Please bestow pure devotional service on them so that they do not forget Krishna life after life. Of course, they are manjaris, they are serving Shri Radha Krishna. And this is the mercy which Mahaprabhu is giving them. He's saying, bestow pure devotional service so that they do not forget Krishna life after life. The lesson for me here is how fortunate am I? How fortunate are we that Srila Prabhupada has given this to us? Otherwise, what would I be doing? I would just be sitting, doing some karmakhandic activities, reciting some shlokas. Of course, that's nice, but without knowing the purpose. Reading Bhagavad Gita without knowing the purpose. That's what I have been doing till Srila Prabhupada showered his mercy on me. Till some devotees took mercy upon me and gave Srila Prabhupada's books. And this is what we will get in turn. Pure devotional service so that we do not forget Krishna life after life. Then Mahaprabhu says, Bhaktira bhandari tumi vine bhakti dile Krishna bhakta Krishna kare mile. You are the storekeeper of devotional service. Who can attain devotion to Krishna, the association of Krishna's devotees, or Krishna himself, unless you give him devotional service? So this is what Mahaprabhu is telling Advaita Acharya. And what does Advaita Acharya says? He says, Advaita balena prabhu sarvadata tumi agnya dile se divare pariyami. Advaita Prabhu replied, O Lord, you are the giver of everything. If you order me, then I give. प्रभु आज्ञा दिले से भंडारी दीते पारे एई माता यारे कृपा कर यार द्वारे. A storekeeper can dispense goods only on the order of the proprietor. In the same way, a person who is favored by you will certainly receive devotional service. So beautiful it is. And we have our Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's purport for this. Sri Gaurahari said to Sri Advaita Prabhu, you alone are responsible for the storehouse of devotional service. Without your mercy, even a servant of Krishna cannot attain the service of Krishna. Hari Bol. Without Advaita Acharya Prabhu's mercy, even a servant of Krishna cannot attain the service of Krishna. In reply, Srila Advaita said, the storehouse of devotional service actually belongs to you. You are the proprietor. Although, by your order, I am the protector of devotional service. I cannot give it to anyone without your permission. And then Advaita Acharya blesses. Khaya mano vachane mohara ei kathaye duira prema bhakti havko sarvatha. With my mind, with my body, mind and speech, I bless them both to have prema bhakti in every respect. शुनि प्रभु अद्वैतेरा कृपा युक्त वाणी उच्च करी बलिते लागी लहरी ध्वनि. Hearing the merciful statement of Advaita, the Lord loudly chanted the holy name of Hari, Hari. So with this, we actually come to the end of today's verses. I have made a small presentation. Okay. So this is about Advaita Acharya. He is the share trader of Godruma Kalpatavi. So Godruma Kalpatavi is actually a newsletter. It was written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, when he was in West Bengal preaching, he came across a magazine, Gaudiya Patrika. And in that Gaudiya Patrika, 5 issues of this Godruma Kalpatavi was printed. And any guesses who would be the editor of that Gaudiya Patrika? It was, sorry, Mataji.
I thought Kirtidawal was one.
It was let me Abhayacharana Bhakti Vedanta. Our Prabhupada had edited those that Gaudiya Patrika, and in that Maharaj found 5 issues of Godruma Kalpatavi. And then Maharaj gave this to Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj read it and translated it, and he wrote this this book Godruma Kalpatavi, which came in 1979. So in that Advaita Acharya is called the share trader. So we'll see. We'll first begin with Pranam Mantra of Advaita Acharya. Advaitam Harinaadvaitadacharyam Bhakti Shamsanad Bhaktavataram Isham Tam Advaitacharyam Ashraye. Because he is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Therefore, I take shelter of him. So, we have heard from many speakers about glories of Advaita Acharya, so I won't be going into great detail, but little bit has to be told. He is the direct incarnation of Mahavishnu. His Mahavishnu and Sadashiva combined. So he is also Purusha Avatara. Advaita Acharya helps in the pastimes of the Purusha, with whose material energy and by whose will he creates innumerable universes. And Advaita Acharya is the Upadana cause, Upadana Karana. He's the material cause. And what does Advaita Acharya do? So we have the inert material energy, but that inert material energy is infused with creative energy only by the mercy of Advaita Acharya. He is the original cause of creation, that's why. And Advaita Acharya creates millions and millions of universes, and then he expands into Garbhodakshayi Vishnu and maintains them. Now, coming to today's topic, he is the establisher of devotional service. Now, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says he is the Anga of the Supreme Lord. And Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami clarifies, Amsha means part, Anga means limb. And limb indicates greater intimacy. And our Advaita Acharya is Antaranga of Mahaprabhu. And now Advaita Acharya has descended to introduce the path of bhakti. And he delivers all living beings by offering Krishna bhakti. And he explains all the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, everything in the light of devotional service. Advaita Acharya has no occupation other than preaching devotional service. We have so many pastimes in relation to this. Please forgive me, I am not going into that, respecting everybody's time. He is the Acharya for all. He is the spiritual master for all the devotees. He is the most revered personality in the world. And since he is the Anga of that lotus-eyed Supreme Lord, he is also called Kamalaksha. Advaita Acharya Kamalaksha. Okay, so now we will go to this Godruma Kalpatavi. This Godruma is, as you all know, is this, one of the islands. It's the second island in Navadvipa, and it represents Kirtanam. And what is Kalpatavi? Kalpa is desire tree. So Atavi is grove of trees. So not just one tree, there is grove of desire trees. And so this Godruma Kalpatavi is a place where all of one's desires can be fulfilled. And through Godruma Kalpatavi, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur implemented Sri Namhata. And this location of Namahata is in Navadvip, And what is in Hatta is marketplace, and what is in this marketplace being sold? It is the holy name. And headquarters is Surabhi Kunj. And every devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has some position in this Namahatta. And every marketplace will have a storehouse where the chief ingredients of that marketplace will be there. So that storehouse is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the essence of all Upanishads, embodiment and the embodiment of the topmost rasa. And who is the principal trader in this Namahatta, in this marketplace? He is the owner of all the goods. He is none other than our Nityananda Ram, our Adi Guru. So here Mahaprabhu calls Advaita Acharya calls Mahaprabhu the store owner. And actually Nityananda Prabhu and Mahaprabhu are non-different from each other. And Mahaprabhu, we all know, will implement his preaching process only through Nityananda Prabhu. So it is there is no controversy there, and both are non-different from each other. And our Nityananda Prabhu is the owner of all commodities. And for the entire sale and distribution of holy name, it is Nityananda Ram who is ultimately responsible. So we have share traders now. So the Namahatta is now divided into zones. And we have Bengal, we have Vrindavan, we have Jagannath Puri. So in Bengal, the chief share trader is Advaita Acharya. In Vrindavan, we have Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, whom we studied about today. And then in Jagannath Puri, we have Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramanand Rai. And what do these share traders do? They are delegated representatives, and they are responsible for all devotional activities. Okay, whatever devotional activity happens in their zone, they are completely responsible for it. And what is their zone called? Prabhu Datta Desha. I found this so beautiful. The Lord has given them their jurisdiction, and they are responsible for all the devotional activities which is happening there. And to top it, Advaita Acharya is the spiritual master for all the devotees. And after these share traders, there are storekeepers. Okay, so what do these storekeepers do? They store the Lord's mercy. They are the storehouse of the Lord's mercy. And in Bengal, it is Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, Srimati Vrajpriya Thakurani, Srimati Janava Mata. They are all the storekeepers. And in Vrindavan, we have Raghunath Das Goswami. And in Puri, we have Sri Paramananda Puri. So they are storing the Lord's mercy. And then this marketplace also needs watchmen. They need guards. Who are they? Sri Damodar Pandit, Jagdanand Pandit. We know the related pastimes also, right? Sri Damodar Pandit would detect faults very quickly. So that's why he is given the role of watchman. Because he is the watchman, he is given. He does that service. And Pundarika Vidyanidhi also, we know, of course, he's the storehouse of Krishna Prema. On one occasion of Odana Shashti, he did find some faults. So, because they are asked that service from the Supreme Lord. And in Vrindavan, we have Lokanath Goswami and Raghav Pandit. And in Puri, we have Srila Haridas Thakur. And what do? They preserve the spiritual purity of devotional service. So these watchmen of Namahatta, they are preserving the purity of devotional service. And then we have various treasurers. In Bengal, we have Srivas Thakur and his brothers. And we have Acharya Ratna. In Vrindavan, we have Gopala Bhatta Goswami. And in Puri, we have Maharaj Pratap Rudra. And Srila Gurudev explains how this is done. So, and what do? The treasurers, they ensure the mercy is distributed to appropriate people. Okay, that is the job of a treasurer. So Srivas Pandit will decide who are the participants in the nocturnal Sankirtan. Gopal Bhatta Goswami will decide what are the Vaishnava practices which are to be followed. And Maharaj Pratap Rudra was financing the entire Sankirtan movement. So this way they were all acting as treasurers. Then we have clerks. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is writing Chaitanya Bhagavat. Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, they are all the clerks. They are keeping track how money was being spent. And Srila Gurudev writes, in that capacity, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote the Shastra Caitanya Bhagavat. And then we have cooks, Shachi Mata, our Jagannath Mishra, Malini Devi, who is the eternal consort of Srivas Pandit, Sita Thakurani, who is the eternal consort of Advaita Acharya. They are all in Bengal. Then in Vrindavan, we have the Sanodia Brahmana. This Sanodia Brahmana was initiated by Madhavendra Puri. Actually, that Brahmana caste was not such a elevated caste. But still, Madhavendra Puri goes and takes prasadam from this Brahmana. And so when Mahaprabhu goes to Vrindavan, the Sanodia Brahmana hesitates to cook for Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu says, Madhavendra Puri has honored prasadam from your hand, so please give it to me. So they are personal cooks for Mahaprabhu. And then in Jagannath Puri, we have the wife of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Shatira Mata. So she also personally cooks for Mahaprabhu. And what is happening? The mercy of Srimati Radharani is being flowed to the conditioned soul through Krishna Prasadam. And so Prasadam is considered one of Mahaprabhu's special weapons. This is said by by Guru Maharaj. Then we have currency examiners. These currency examiners play a very important role, because they check whether one's devotion is pure or imitation. So we have Abhiram Thakur, who walks with that whip, and we have Gauri Das Pandit, we have Sri Pradyumna Mishra, so on. Then we have sales agents. Srila Ishwara Puri, Bhugarbha Goswami, Madhavendra Puri, they are all the sales agents. How? Because they are transmitting the mercy of Guru Parampara. The mercy of Guru Parampara flows through Srila Madhavendra Puri. And they are the brokers for the entire Parampara. And then we have weighers. Murari Gupta, Kaviraj Goswami, Kashi Mishra. What do? They weigh the goods according to what price the customers can pay. So they weigh the goods and give it. But then we should not, there is more. Okay, there are servants. Servants are all the personal associates of Mahaprabhu. And then we have porters and cart pullers. They carry the mercy of Mahaprabhu. So they are Nakula Brahmachari, Shivananda Sena. So they are the porters. And then we have customers who have obtained Mahaprabhu's mercy. They are Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Jagai, Madhai, Prakashananda Saraswati. So all these have the customers of Namahata. So, and what are the materials which can be bought in this Namahata? Holy name, Rupayukta Nama, holy name related to the Lord's form. These are the various commodities which we can purchase. Gunayukta Nama, holy name related to Lord's qualities. And then Leela Yukta Nama, holy name related to the Lord's pastimes. Rasita Nama, holy name imbued with transcendental mellows. And Sarva Rasa Sikta Nama, holy name imbued with full potency of all the transcendental mellows. So these are the commodities. And how can we purchase them? We need currency. What is the currency? Adav Shraddha. From Shraddha it starts till Prema. So based on what currency I have, we have the Weight Watchers, we have various other people who will assess my currency and give what I can take from the Namahata. So it also goes very detailedly with what I can buy, what level of holy name. I'm not going into those details. But there is a supreme bargain. So generally when we go to a marketplace, whatever currency we have, based on that we can buy goods. Sometimes there will be some rebates where they will say there's a discount going on, or they will give some coupons. We can use those coupons and get some things more for lesser price. But in this Namahata, we have a supreme bargain going on. What is that? Whatever price one pays, he receives a rebate of many, many, many times that amount. There is, in fact, it is given indiscriminately. So, irrespective of what I pay, these merciful souls who are running the Namahatta, they give me so many, so many, so many times more benefit. With this, I will end the class. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha, patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you all Matajis and Prabhujis for listening very patiently. Please forgive me for all the mistakes I've made. Correct me and share your realizations.
Hari Bol, what a class. Amazing, amazing, amazing. What a presentation as well. Please share the presentation with us. It was so nice. And when you were going through that presentation, you were talking about how different regions are given to different devotees. I was thinking how USA is given to Srila Prabhupada. So he's in charge. And then eventually he took over the entire world.
Whole world. Yes, he is Senapati of Mahaprabhu.
Yes, eventually even all the other locations were taken over by Prabhupada. Yes, and also about how Anga and Amsha, that difference you brought out very sweetly. I was also thinking of the verse Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sanga Upasanga, right? Sangopangastra Parshadam, Upanga Astra Parshadam. So Anga should be, in all probability, like Nityananda and Advaita Acharya, because you said that they are not Amsha, they are Anga and then Upanga, other limbs. And Astra, of course, is his beauty, and Parshad is the remaining devotees who are his associates. So I was just remembering how actually every word of Bhagavatam has so much depth to it, like especially when acharyas and great authors like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami have given specific meanings to the words and how it should be used. So very nice, very nice. And this entire Namahatta thing, how Kalpavatika, what? Godruma Kalpavatika? No, sorry.
Kalpatavi, Mataji. Kalpatavi.
Kalpata.
Atavi.
Atavi is a forest. Okay. Wait, Vatika. Okay. Okay. Kalpatavi. Very nice. It was so nice. Thank you.
I've just taken 2 pages from the book. That's all, Mataji.
That's all? Oh. Maybe you know what, Mataji, we should have a seminar on this. I'm so interested to know more. You can plan for it, Mataji. I'll also talk to Kirtida. And we can come up with some dates and you please present the entire book. Okay.
Whatever you wish, Mataji. That's going
Very
to
well.
We bowl, Mataji. Of course, you don't have to ask me. Definitely, we are going to have seminar by Hare Krishna, my Vrajpriya Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for this very, very beautiful session, very wonderful session. Your PowerPoint presentation, the way you deliver the messages, the way you were telling about the prayers of Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. Every bit of the class was really excellent. Thank you so much. And this Namahatta, and especially it's so wonderful. And I was thinking, the customers, we are also the customers, right?
Somewhere down.
We are the customers who are here because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, our Guru Vargas, and the mercy of Sri Caitanya.
Yes,
Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful session.
thank you so much.
As always, as always.
Thank you, Mataji. I need your blessings to progress nicely to serve Srila Guru Maharaj, Mataji. Thank you.
Very cool.
So
Yeah, thank you,
Prabhu is so
Mataji.
eager. He is already asking the dates for the seminar.
I don't know much, Prabhu, but we can all do it together. I have the book.
You'll do it. We will talk along. I mean, we will ask questions. We will interact. All that we'll do. And thank you so much, Mataji. After a long time, I got to hear a full 1 hour class by you. I'm very
Thank
happy.
you, Mataji. Thank you for that. I know how busy you are.
No, my fortune.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances, Cinmayi with Priya Mataji. Thank you so much. As Pritila Sri Mataji and Kirtan Sri Mataji already said, very beautiful, excellent session. You so beautifully narrated and so enthusiasm as always, you know. And I'm also looking forward to this full seminar from you, Mataji. Um, as you beautifully mentioned, you know, bhakti is so potent than jnana. You give beautiful references from Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 1, from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15. As you mentioned, Prabhupada ji says, we are all bound to shackles of this enjoyment material world. So badly, you know, when you come to Krishna consciousness, you realize all this. You don't realize before that. But still, if I speak about myself, so many desires day in and day out that mind thinks of, you know, plays games with us. And so our Rupa Goswami and our Sri Sanatan Goswami were freed from these shackles. You know, Haribol, how they gave up everything. I mean, so easily, you know, these days so hard if your relative or somebody asks you for a big amount of money to borrow or even something smaller, we think twice, you know,
So
should
many
we give
things.
it? Do we have it? Or we make, you know, we just give them we make excuses. But here, these our Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they gave up everything, everything. So renounced. Um, Also very
Hard to
beautifully.
even comprehend, right, Mataji?
Yes, absolutely.
How can they do it?
I
I'm
mean,
so
this.
attached to tiny. My pen starts from
Yes,
my pen, my book. It starts from there.
it's
My
mine. It's
attachment.
mine. You know, and I think to after coming to because we are so how do you say from childhood. You know, we are conditioned like that. This is yours. This is mine. And but coming to Krishna consciousness, you realize, no, it's not mine. It's given to me. Everything belongs to the Lord. Every single thing. And it just makes me laugh, you know, when my kids they say, "This is my room. This is mine," and I wonder, when you were born, did you have this with you? You know, or when we leave, will we have this with us? So that realizations only come when you take up to this devotional service, this bhakti. It gives us so much. And as you said, the little bit that we do, we get so much in return, so
Hmm.
much, and it never goes in vain. And very beautifully, you gave us the glories of Advaitacharya. Um, Excellent session. Very, very grateful to you. And I love your enthusiasm. Always, you know, it's so captivating, Mataji, when you speak that I think to myself, I don't want to miss a word, you know, I don't want to miss anything. Very, very grateful to you. Thank you so much, Mataji. My turn, done with pranams. Hare Krishna, Hare devotees. Please go ahead and share your realizations or any questions you might have.
Ishwar Das Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All grace to Prabhupada. Thank you for this wonderful class. We really appreciate your efforts and your dedication towards Chaitanya Bhagavat and other granthas. Mataji, the slide you shared, is that your personal collection of presentations, or is there a particular book you were compiling from?
I'll get the book, Prabhu.
Yes,
Sorry,
please.
it's right here. This book, Prabhu.
Oh, this was by Prabhupada you were talking about?
This book is Sri Godruma Kalpatavi,
Okay,
Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur's newsletters,
okay.
written in the form of book by His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Guru Maharaj.
Okay, Mataji. Okay. And I came to know, I mean, different Mahaprabhu's incarnations is how they were, appointed for being clerks, for other, welfares, different sections. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank
Hare
you so much.
Krishna.
Hare
And a
Krishna.
side note, this will be the Prabhu who will teach us baking very soon.
We're looking
So
forward,
everybody
Prabhu.
catch a
Okay.
glimpse of him and don't miss out on the baking session that's to come. Okay.
I beg mercy from each and every Vaishnavas present here so that I can continue this seva forever and please my Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada eternally. Please
Hari
blessing
Hari.
everyone.
Hari Hari. Thank you
Haribol.
so much, Prabhu. I'm zero in baking, so I should learn.
I'm also zero. I'm just
No.
practicing like you are practicing. Just trying my best to serve Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. That's all.
Jai, Jai.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
In
Prabhuji.
his association, we all will become pro in baking.
Yay.
Yay!
Haribol. Sunil Prabhuji, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandapanam. Thank you so
Okay,
much, Mataji.
Prabhu.
So beautiful class as always. Your classes are the best, amazing. And
Yeah.
thank you for taking us to Chaitanya Charitamrita. And you connected so well the today's prayers and this prayers and the prayers which the king said, no, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. That was reminding of the previous sections of Chaitanya Bhagavat. When Mahaprabhu went to Vamkeli, the king also said, when Kotwal came and
Mm.
what Keshav Khatri he also glorified.
Yes,
That I got
yes.
remembered. Thank you so much, Mataji. And Mataji, I have a question.
Mhm.
Like for example, here Advaita Acharya is saying, no, Mahaprabhu, you are the owner of this stove. If you don't give me permission, how can I give? And if we approach to Advaita Acharya, if Mahaprabhu doesn't want to give us his mercy, will Advaita Acharya Prabhu will give his mercy to us?
Prabhu, it's a loophole, so safest thing will be to just catch hold of Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. That's my answer, Prabhu. Then let them deal with these personalities. They are all supreme personalities. So personality of Godhead and supreme personality of Godhead, where do I stand? For me, the medium is only Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. And they will shower all the mercy. I don't know, Prabhu. I'm just speculating. There are seniors here. They can answer your question, Prabhu.
Yes. And another question I have, Mataji, here you have shown so many from Gautam Kalpavati, like which devotees who, like he's a tradesman, a clerk, and all this. So Mataji, one doesn't have the currency of that fate. So whom should you approach? I was
No currency. No currency, then little bit Shraddha should be there, no Prabhu, for us to start. Or even
that is a
the Mahat Kripa will come. Somewhere it will come, Prabhu. That's how our process starts, right? Satam Mahat Kripa comes, then Satam Seva starts. Then somehow Shraddha comes. And once Shraddha comes, we can go to this Namahatta Prabhu.
yes, Mataji. Thank you
That
so much.
only devotee can give somewhere that merciful glance they give, and that dormant seed which is there will start blossoming. I don't know, Prabhu. When I'm very much there, absolutely no currency in the wallet. Anarthas are there. Lots of anarthas are there.
Thank you so much, Mataji. And just last question. And here we see that Srila Rupa Goswami is, expressing so much humility. How do we develop this humility? It is very easy when we are fallen doing sinful activities to say that I am fallen. But Rupa Goswami is highly so class, so pure, elevated, and yet they are saying that I am so fallen. How do we develop this?
I don't know, Prabhu. I don't know, no clue. How can we? That's what for me. I can't even comprehend. I mean, for me, it's talk. I can talk, but am I even acting on that humility? No, not at all. There's so much pride inside. So much pride. So much of pride is there. To literally put straw in their mouth and fall and say, "Here we are." I don't know, Prabhu. I don't know how to develop that humility. And just we can pray that someday it will happen. I don't know. Others can answer, Mataji. So I don't know. I'm not answering any of Prabhuji's questions properly. Please forgive me.
Thank you, Mataji, so much. It's really unconceivable. Like when Krishna Das Kaivaj Goswami also, I'm the stool. It's unbelievable. I can't even think like that. Thank you so much, Mataji, and please let us know the dates. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Supriya Mataji, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat pranams to all the Vaishnavas. I used to connect through the YouTube because I felt I'm not even, eligible to connect directly to the call. And yeah, I can soak in whatever little vessel, like not even a vessel, just a cup. But beautiful class, Mataji, very wonderful class. And all the classes, Preeti Vilasni Mataji, Kirtida Mataji, so thankful to you. And Mataji, I have a very silly doubt, but I always wanted to, clarify this thing. Uh, Sri Advaita Acharya is an incarnation of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva, they say. Sadashiva is just one Shiva that we all know, right? The Lord Shiva.
Shiva Tattva is at different levels, Mataji. Sadashiva is the spiritual form of Shiva who is in the spiritual world. And then we have Shambhu, who is the glance of Mahavishnu during creation. And then we have the 11 Rudras also, Mataji, who function in this material cosmos. So Sadashiva is the topmost Shiva, who
Oh,
is
okay.
always meditating on Sankarsana.
So
And
like Mahavishnu and Garbhodakshi Vishnu, so there are classifications for the Lord Shiva also.
yes,
So,
Mataji, Shiva Tattvas are at different levels.
okay, the glance of Mahavishnu is one who, like, that Shiva is in every universe, like
Shambhu.
Garbhodakshi Vishnu.
That
Oh,
is Shambhu, because
that
the
is Shambhu,
Supreme
yeah.
Lord will not touch matter. He'll not touch matter. So his glance becomes Shambhu, and Shambhu will trigger the material, inert primordial matter, and then the creation starts. Then the modes enter and creation starts. That glance
Oh,
is.
okay, okay. But Brahma for each of the universe originates from the navel of Garbhodakshi Vishnu. Right? Oh, okay. Okay. And second question, Mataji, thank you so much. Yeah, I would like to know more about the classifications of Shiva also, like Shambhu you said, and the 11 Rudras. I need
There
to
are many classes,
need to know more
Mataji.
about it. Okay.
Preeti Vilasni Mataji had done one long back, many, many,
Okay.
many years back.
Okay.
They'll share, Mataji. I'll ask
Sure,
Mataji to
Mataji.
share in
Thank
the
you so
group.
much.
It's
Yeah.
on
And
YouTube. I'll
second,
send the link.
sure, Mataji. Yeah. And second question is, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, were they married or did they have any like families? Yeah, of course they would have families. Like, what were their parents' reaction when they renunciate everything?
Mataji, I know their brother Anupama, also known as Vallabha, I think. Vallabha, I'm not sure. Anupama. His son is Jiva Goswami. I don't know about Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, whether they were married or not. Mataji, does anybody know?
As far as I know, no, but Kirtada Mataji, you want to?
Yeah, there are three brothers. She already said. What was the
No,
question she asked?
Rupa and Sanatan were not married, right?
No,
They
they
were
were
married.
married. They were married.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. But was it like after marrying, like was it easy for them to leave and what
Later,
were
they
the family
renounced
reactions?
everything.
Oh,
They
okay.
renounced everything later.
Okay. Okay. How did their families run when they left? Silly
I
question.
wish I would have been there to know all that.
Mataji, they had so much wealth, no? So
Yes,
Mm.
they
obviously.
gave little bit, and
Yeah,
that's why
that's
they.
why it has been mentioned that how Rupa Goswami distributed 50%, then
Yeah.
25%, and then 25%.
Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
everything.
Mataji.
Yeah.
Please keep
Hare
joining
Krishna.
Bhakti Sangha, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Sunil Prabhuji, do you have questions? Please
Yes,
unmute yourself.
do you have time?
Prabhu, you're asking me if I have time? Yes, Prabhu, of course.
Okay, Mataji, if possible, can you sing that song? Shadgosh Ashtakam, you sang only just one line, that's it.
I don't
Please,
know.
if you know,
Still,
Mataji, please.
I don't know, Prabhu. I wrote and read it, Prabhu. I somehow, I want to memorize it. Please bless me, Prabhu. I should memorize it. Somehow it's not happening.
Somehow you're not at all pleasing Sunil Prabhu today in any way.
Why, Mataji? Prabhu?
See, not even one question got answered. Even his desire that he should sing didn't get answered. What is this?
Mataji, why don't you sing, Mataji? I'll share.
Why?
I'll share.
You want people to run away or something?
No, Mataji, I'll share.
As much as you don't know, even I also don't know, but I will attempt for Sunil Prabhu.
Jai.
And I've not memorized it either, so I'm just going to read the words and try to sing. Okay. Krishnodgananartana. No, I can't sing. Sorry. I don't even know the music.
Mataji, you're seeing, right? Krishna.
Yeah.
Start.
Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Para. Go ahead.
प्रेमामृताभो निधि धीराधीरजनप्रियौ प्रियकरौ निर्मत्सरौ पूजितौ श्रीचैतन्यकृपाभरौ भुवि भुवो वरवहन्ताकरौ वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ नानाशास्त्रविचारणैकनिपुणौ सत्धर्मसंस्थापकौ लोकानां हितकारिणौ त्रिभुवने मन्यौ शरण्यौ करौ राधाकृष्णपदारविन्द भजन आनन्देन मत्तालिकौ वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ श्रीगौरङ्गगुणानुवर्णनविदौ श्रद्धसमृद्ध्यानि अन्वितौ पापोतापनिकृतन्तनौतनु भृतं गोविन्दगाणामृतै आनन्दाम्बुदिवर्धनैकनिपुणौ कैवल्यनिस्तारकौ वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ त्यक्त्वा तूर्णमशेषमण्डलपति श्रेणिं सदा तुच्छवत् भूत्वा दीनगणेशकौ करुणया कौपीनकण्ठाश्रितौ गोपीभावरसामृताब्धिलहरी कल्लोलमग्नौ मुहुः वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ कूजत् कोकिलहंससरसगण कीर्णे मयूराकुले नानारत्ननिबद्धमूलवितप श्रीयुक्तवृन्दावने राधाकृष्णमहर्निशं प्रभजतौ जीवार्तदौ यौ मुदा वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ शङ्क्यापूर्वक नामगणनटिभिः कलवासनीकृतौ निद्राहारविहरादि विजितौ चत्यन्तदीनौ च यौ राधाकृष्णगुणस्मृतेर्मधुरिमा आनन्देन सम्मोहितौ वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ राधाकृष्णतटे कलिन्दतनय तीरे च वंशीवटे प्रेमोन्मादवसद्रशेषदशया ग्रस्तौ प्रमत्तौ सदा गायन्तु च कदा हरेर्गुणवरं भावाब्धिभूतौ मुदा वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ हे राधे व्रज देवि के चललिते हे नन्दसूनो कुता श्रीगोवर्धनकल्पपादपतले कालिन्दिवने कुता घोषान्तौ इति सर्वतो व्रजपुरे खेदैर्महाविह्वलौ वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ
Hari bol. So
Hari
beautiful,
bol.
Mataji.
Very well, Jay. Thank you so
Beautiful,
much.
beautiful.
Thank you for starting me off.
You sang really very nice. Thank you so much.
You're always the person who holds your hand and pushes you forward, right? If that person is perfect, everything will come.
Jai.
Nothing like that.
Quickly, we want to read translations. Prabhuji Mataji's. I'll read the first one. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are always engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna and dancing. They are just like the ocean of love of God, and they are popular both with the gentle and the ruffians, because they are not envious of anyone. Whatever they do, they are all pleasing to everyone, and they are fully blessed by Lord Chaitanya. Thus, they are engaged in missionary activities meant to deliver all the conditioned souls in the material existence.
I
Hare
offer
Krishna
my
Mataji. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Sunil Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are observed in the mode of gopis and are engaged in transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very much enriched in understanding of Lord Chaitanya and who are thus expert in narrating his transcendental qualities. They can purify all conditioned souls from the reactions of their sinful activities by pouring upon them transcendental songs about Govinda. As such, they are very expert in increasing the limits of the ocean of transcendental bliss, and they are the saviors of the living entities from the devouring mouth of liberation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatt Goswami, who kicked off all association of aristocracy as insignificant. In order to deliver the poor conditioned souls, they accepted lion clothes, loin clothes, treating themselves as mendicants, but they are always merged in the aesthetic ocean of the gopis' love for Krishna and bathe always and repeatedly in the waves of that ocean.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who were always engaged in worshipping Radha Krishna in the transcendental land of Vrindavana, where there are beautiful trees full of fruits and flowers which have under their roots all valuable jewels. The Goswamis are Mataji, can you please?
Sorry, Mataji.
No problem, Mataji. The Goswamis are perfectly competent to bestow upon the living entities the greatest boon of the goal of life. Haribol. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who were engaged in chanting the holy names of the Lord and bowing down in a scheduled measurement. In this way, they utilized their valuable lives and in executing these devotional activities. They conquered over eating and sleeping and were always meek and humble, enchanted by remembering the transcendental qualities of the Lord. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji. Go ahead, Mataji.
Oh, thank you, Mataji. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who were sometimes on the bank of the Radhakund lake or the shores of the Yamuna, and sometimes at Vamsivat. They there they appear just like madmen in the full ecstasy of love for Krishna, exhibiting different transcendental symptoms in their bodies, and they were merged in the ecstasy of Krishna consciousness. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, who were chanting very loudly everywhere in Vrindavan, shouting, Queen of Vrindavan, Radharani, O Lalite, O son of Nand Maharaj, where are you all now? Are you just on the hill of Govardhan, or are you under the trees of the bank of Yamuna? Where are you? These were their moods in executing Krishna consciousness. Go back to
Oh,
Hare
you
Krishna.
wanted me to go back?
No, it's okay. No. I was just reading what it was written. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you
Very
so much.
beautiful. Thank you so much, Mataji. Harita Mataji, please unmute yourself.
Or maybe she raised hand for reading, Mataji.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Sunil Prabhu. Because of you, we all got to read Shad Goswami Ashtakam. Thank you so much for making us do that.
Mataji.
We'll end, Mataji. Oh,
Sure.
somebody raised hand, Mataji. Zoom user. Prabhuji or Mataji, I don't know.
Yeah, please unmute yourself.
Sorry, Mataji. I am very new to this class. And you said that they were using the straws in their mouth and they hold the clothes around the neck. So if you do that, we will not talk more, or what is that significance, Mataji, behind that?
I'll say what I know, Mataji. Others
Please,
can.
Mataji.
Straw indicates humility, Mataji, because see, when we walk, like grass is there, when we walk and we put our foot on it, it bends, right, Mataji? It bends.
Yes.
And then it bounces back. So that is humility, and then getting back to what we were doing before, that is the service.
Okay.
So it basically indicates humility. So when by putting straw in their mouth, they are showing utmost humility that we have nothing. We are just like the straw blade of grass, and we will bend and move as per your will. That is my understanding, Mataji. And
Yeah,
even the
thank you so
cloth
much,
around the
Mataji.
neck, I don't know its personal significance. Something like it indicates just humility, Mataji. Like we are here as your servants. Please accept us.
Okay. Thank you so much for explanation, Mataji, because I don't want to misunderstand myself, something
No,
else wrong.
Mataji.
So
Thank
if
you
I
for
ask
asking.
you wrong, please forgive me. And
No,
in the,
no,
in the
Mataji.
class, you mentioned that pardon me also so bad.
No, Mataji. Questions should be answered. Only then the faith will increase. Thank you,
Thank you
Mataji.
so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, dear devotees, for sharing all your realizations and the questions. Thank you, Mataji, for answering so beautifully. Once again, I thank you so much for your valuable time and sweet
Oh,
association this
Mataji,
morning.
1 minute. Sunil Prabhu is adding. It also indicates showing that I'm like an animal because animal only keeps straw in the mouth. Mataji, there's one more addition to the answer, Mataji. Okay.
Thank you, Sunil Prabhu, for sharing that. Once again, I thank you for your sweet association and your valuable time this morning for a very beautiful enthusiasm class, as always. Very, very inspiring and looking forward to the full seminar by you in the near future. I would like to pay my obeisances to her.
Mataji, I think Zoom user Mataji wants to ask another question. Mataji, can you tell us your name?
Oh, sorry, Mataji. I wanted to lower my hand because I asked the question already. Sorry about that. My name is
Okay.
Soundarya Mataji. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for asking the beautiful question. I would like to pay my obeisances to Her Grace Vrajpriya Mataji and all the assembled devotees. Valcha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namah. Anant Koti Vaishnavind ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Caitanya Bhagavad ki jai. Her Grace
Jai.
Cinmayi Vrajpriya Mataji ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandat
Hare Krishna
pranam. Your
Mataji.
class was
Have a nice
excellent.
day.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam Mataji.
Always.
Thank you.
Dandat pranam.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all so much for
Hare
joining.
Krishna.
Call tomorrow, ending the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.